Hi everyone, Frankie here, New West Reset. Hello, welcome back. Thank you very much for shooting in and joining a fellow here for another boots on the ground video. And well, the more astute among you will see that today we're checking out the SUNALTA Community Center, and this is just 3 blocks east of my place. Now, a little bit of a caveat here. This is not an old world building, but I wanted to share it with you anyways because, well, you'll see in a moment here. But I know for sure this was built in the 50s. The exact build date, I'm not too sure. I've heard 1952 and I've heard 1953. So maybe, I don't know, it was started in 52 and finished in 53. The weird thing about it is it looks to me like 2 different buildings. So I don't know if one was built first in the 50s and the other one was built later on. I think that this building is a little older and this was an addition that was built later, maybe in the 60s or something like that. I've tried getting a hold of somebody in the community center a couple of times, and either nobody is there or nobody has that information that they don't know for sure. But anyway, yeah, stick around, be right back. About a heaven in Alberta, where they've got all hell for a basement. All right, and we're back. Here we are. So as you can see, there's some different looks to that. I think this one is older, and this is the addition. This has sort of a cinder block, sort of lower half of the wall, and then it's built up from there. I don't know if it's maybe wood frame or what. They've covered it in schmutz and like from the windows and up, and it looks completely different than this, which is wood frame and then a sort of a wooden outer walls as well, insulation in between, and then it's painted red. These have both been recently repainted. But the reason I wanted to share this with you, even though it's not an old world building, is I think these are going to be gone soon, I think. There's a huge construction site here that in the late summer, early fall, just before it got cold and started snowing, they dug the big hole, poured the foundation, and they put in some of these big steel beams. But then, as mentioned, and as you can see, it's cold, there's snow, so construction is sort of stopped or halted for now, at least until maybe it warms up a bit more. So I don't know if when they're finished building this, if this is going to be the new community center and they're going to knock these down, or if they're going to adjoin them and make it all one big building. I don't know. But I wanted to come and share it with you and record it for posterity, just in case, you know, a year from now it's gone. And it wouldn't be the first time that's happened here on the channel too, where I've gone to take some footage of a boots on the ground video for you, and you know, hey, I know a cool old building, and I get there and it's gone, it's been torn down. So I wanted to capture this for sure before it's long gone. Anyway, I'm gonna zip around to the other side of this thing. Right now I'm on the south facing side, which there's a big park and a playground here. They often set up an ice skating rink here as well for some outdoor hockey. They haven't done that yet, but I suspect they're going to be doing it soon. But I want to go to the other side of this, which is the north-facing side, which is right on 10th Avenue Southwest. And we're basically going to be on the corner of 10th Avenue and 13th Street, or no, 10th Avenue and 15th Street, excuse me, Southwest here in SUNALTA. Just making our way around to the other side here, so I just wanted to give you a shot of this real quick of one of the exterior walls. So you can see a cinder block here, and then this sort of a protrusion, sort of the top 2/3 of the wall covered in schmutz. So I don't know if there were windows here that they've boarded up and covered over maybe at one point. I'm not sure, because the south side we just looked at has some windows. So I don't know. Anyways, let's whip around to the front of this thing here. Now, I was under the impression that this building, or at least what I think is the older of these 2 adjoined buildings, was at one time the old streetcar tram or streetcar trolley station here for SUNALTA. Because I know starting in about 1908, 1910-ish, the electric streetcar did come into this neighborhood here into SUNALTA. It would come and cross 14th Street, which is the next major intersection here, and come down 11th Avenue, I believe, to 16th Street. Then it would turn and go southbound near the tennis courts, the Calgary Tennis Club. That's been there since 1912. And then it would go a couple more blocks southbound and then turn and go back eastbound again, crossing 14th Street and heading back towards the downtown core, which is kind of hard to spot today because it's foggy and cold and snowing and terrible and winter and ice and Canada. So, you know. But yeah, I was pretty sure that this was the old streetcar station. But I did a little research and apparently it isn't. Apparently the streetcar station here in SUNALTA wasn't a large building like this. It was just sort of a small vestibule type, like a bus shelter, a modern day bus shelter, for example. So it was always a community center. And at some point it's been expanded upon, and it may or may not go the way of the dodo. So as I said, I wanted to capture it here and share it with you. So yeah, this is it's not a huge project, but it looks like it's, I mean, they're separated by about 40 feet between the outer wall of this building and these buildings here. So, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna connect them or not. I mean, they're not even the same depth from the, you know, from the sidewalk recessed back onto the property. So that's another thing that leads me to think that maybe these two older buildings are going to be gone. Just kind of too bad if they've been here since the 50s, you know. And they, like I said, they have a lot of stuff going on in here. They have square dancing classes here. They have seniors activities. They have a daycare in here. So yeah, let's mention it's a big community hub. So maybe that's why they're building this, to make it larger. I don't know. It's hard to say. But yeah, apparently not the old streetcar, electric street tram station. So, I mean, there it is. Not the most engrossing video here, boots on the ground for today. But it's cold. So, you know, a guy's not going to be wandering all over the city. It's quite cold and windy and terrible here today. So, with that said, I think that is going to seal the deal here for Frankie. New West Reset and the SUNALTA Community Center. So as per usual, let me know what you think down in the comments there below. Of course, do all the other things, all the other stuff, you know, hitting buttons and all that. And until the next one, take care out there and have yourselves a good one. All right? Cheers.